What do you do when all hope is lost? His father found an answer that defied the odds. The sterile cold of the hospital room pressed down on little Ethan's fragile body. His chest rose and fell weakly beneath the tangle of tubes and wires, while machines beeped steadily, an indifferent chorus marking the passing of time. Doctors moved silently around him, their faces a mask of professional sorrow, whispering diagnoses that felt like final sentences. His father, Michael, stood at the bedside day after day, his eyes burning with a fire no illness could extinguish. The world told him to prepare for the worst, but he refused. Every whispered hope, every glimmer of possibility was fuel for his relentless determination. "Ethan," he would whisper, brushing a damp lock of hair from his son's pale forehead, "I will find a way. We will find a way." Friends and family urged him to accept the doctor's verdicts, but Michael's heart refused surrender. The love for his son was a fortress, unyielding, impenetrable. He scoured every research paper, every obscure study, reaching out to specialists across continents. Nothing was too small, no chance too slim. Because for Michael, losing was not an option. With a mind sharpened by desperation and hope, Michael delved deeper into the labyrinth of medical science. Nights blurred into days as he pored over volumes of medical journals, decoding terminology, piecing together experimental therapies and unorthodox treatments that might offer a sliver of salvation. He made countless calls to researchers in faraway countries, to doctors known only in academic circles. Each conversation was a thread in the fragile web of hope he was weaving around Ethan. Meanwhile, in the hospital room, Ethan's pale eyes flickered weakly as Michael sat beside him, recounting stories of strength, of warriors who refused to give up. "You're stronger than you think, son," he said softly. "We're in this fight together." The weight of exhaustion was heavy, yet Michael's resolve grew stronger with each passing moment. He refused to be a bystander in his son's fight for life. The path ahead was grueling and uncertain. Ethan endured treatments that tested every ounce of his young strength. Needles, machines, procedures that left scars not only on his body but on his spirit. Yet through it all, Michael was a steadfast presence, a beacon of unwavering love and hope. There were moments of despair, when machines faltered, when hope seemed to flicker and fade. But Michael held fast, refusing to let darkness consume them. Each small sign of progress, a slight smile, a flutter of fingers, was celebrated like a victory against impossible odds. Friends marveled at the bond between father and son, a testament to the raw power of love and faith. Michael's journey was not just a battle against illness, but a crusade of the human spirit. Days blurred into weeks as Michael and Ethan braved the grueling reality of experimental treatment. The sterile hospital rooms became their second home, each white wall bearing silent witness to their struggle and hope. Machines hummed with steady persistence while nurses moved with practiced care, their faces a mix of sympathy and guarded optimism. Michael's world had contracted to this small, fragile space, yet his mind was a universe of unyielding determination. Every twitch of Ethan's fingers, every flicker in his eyes, was a spark that kept the fires of hope burning bright. The experimental therapy was a double-edged sword, full of promise, but fraught with uncertainty. Side effects tested Ethan's endurance, pushing both father and son to their limits. But Michael held on to every small victory, the faintest improvement, a mountain climbed. Doctors, once skeptical, began to whisper cautiously about progress. The once impossible started to feel tangible. Yet Michael knew the road ahead was long and treacherous, a marathon, not a sprint. Through it all, his faith never wavered. "We're just getting started, son. Together we'll climb every mountain." Outside the hospital's sterile walls, Michael became a relentless advocate. Phone calls, meetings, endless research. He navigated the complex world of medicine and bureaucracy with fierce resolve. Specialists, insurance agents, and researchers became familiar faces as he fought not just for Ethan, but for every child caught in the web of rare illnesses. He connected with support groups, shared their story in forums, and slowly built a network of hope and information. The weight of the fight pressed heavily on him, but the solidarity he found was a balm to his weary soul. At home, the quiet moments between treatments were sacred. Michael cherished every smile, every laugh, every step Ethan took toward recovery. Those small moments were the fuel for his unwavering spirit. Though the journey was isolating and exhausting, Michael refused to let despair claim even an inch of his heart. "We're stronger than this," he reminded himself daily. Community support blossomed as word of Ethan's struggle spread. Neighbors, friends, and strangers alike rallied around the family, offering prayers, donations, and acts of kindness that created a tapestry of human compassion. Michael found unexpected strength in these connections, a reminder that no fight is ever truly alone. The kindness of others fueled his determination, lifting his spirits on the darkest days. Amid this, Michael and Ethan forged an unbreakable bond. Shared laughter, whispered promises, and quiet moments of peace became the foundation of their resilience. Together, they stood firm, a testament to the power of love, hope, and unwavering faith in the face of overwhelming odds. As the months passed, Ethan's condition slowly but steadily improved. Each physical therapy session was a battle. Muscles relearning movements, nerves reawakening sensations lost to illness. Michael was there for every session, his presence a constant source of encouragement and strength. The small victories began to pile up. A smile, a word, a step. For Michael, these moments were not just progress, they were miracles. His heart swelled with pride and hope, knowing that every struggle was moving them closer to a future once thought impossible. Yet the journey remained fraught with challenges. Medical appointments, therapies, and setbacks wove into their daily routine. But together, they faced it all. A father and son united in their determination to conquer the odds. Michael's role expanded beyond caregiver. He became an advocate and a fighter within the medical community. Invitations to speak at conferences and share Ethan's story opened new doors, bringing awareness to rare diseases and experimental treatments. His passion ignited hope in others, inspiring families facing similar battles to never give up. Michael's voice became a beacon, shedding light on the dark corners of rare illness and the power of persistent love. Meanwhile, at home, Ethan's laughter returned, filling rooms with joy and reminding Michael of the life they fought so hard to reclaim. The journey was far from over, but the promise of a brighter future fueled their every step. As news of Ethan's progress spread, specialists worldwide reached out. New opportunities for treatment, research, and collaboration emerged, offering fresh hope and resources. Michael navigated this expanding network with care and determination, always prioritizing his son's well-being. He balanced hope with caution, ensuring every decision was made with love and wisdom. Their story transcended personal struggle, becoming a symbol of resilience and courage. Michael and Ethan stood not only as survivors, but as advocates, lighting the way for others navigating the shadows of illness. As the first pale light of dawn gently caressed the cityscape, Michael and Ethan found themselves standing on the cusp of a new beginning, one carved from the crucible of relentless struggle, unwavering hope, and sheer willpower. The endless nights spent pacing sterile hospital corridors, the countless tears shed in quiet moments, and the myriad of seemingly impossible challenges had culminated in this fragile yet profound moment of triumph. Michael's mind wandered through the labyrinth of memories. Each sleepless night spent researching experimental treatments, the desperate phone calls to far-flung specialists, and the unyielding faith that carried him through the darkest hours. Ethan's progress, once whispered in cautious tones, now echoed as undeniable proof of miracles wrought through love and determination. The experimental therapies that once seemed like a desperate gamble had begun to rewrite not just Ethan's fate, but also the very fabric of medical possibilities. Protocols inspired by his journey were gaining traction, heralding a new era of hope for countless others trapped in the shadows of rare diseases. Yet, despite the burgeoning optimism, Michael remained acutely aware of the long and winding road ahead. Each sunrise brought with it new challenges, decisions weighed with gravity, and the sobering knowledge that vigilance must never wane. As he looked down at his son's serene face, a soft whisper escaped his lips. "We've traveled so far together, Ethan, and this is only the dawn of what we can still achieve." Sequestered in a safe haven miles from the chaos of their past trials, Michael and Ethan found solace and strength within a tightly knit community of devoted allies. Doctors with tireless passion, researchers pushing the boundaries of science, and fellow advocates bound by shared struggles congregated in this sanctuary. their mission clear and their resolve unbreakable. Amid hushed conversations filled with strategies and shared hopes, Michael recognized that their battle was part of a much larger movement, one striving for recognition, justice, and breakthroughs in a world often indifferent to rare and forgotten illnesses. Plans were meticulously crafted beneath the soft glow of desk lamps, alliances forged with care and vigilance, every shred of intelligence scrutinized for an edge against formidable adversaries. The battle extended beyond hospital walls into boardrooms, legislative chambers, and the hearts of communities yearning for change. In rare moments of reprieve, they shared stories of lost loved ones and whispered dreams of a future where no child would face the agonies Ethan endured. These moments of humanity, woven between strategies and setbacks, became the fabric of their collective resilience. For Michael, this circle of warriors was a beacon, a source of unyielding strength and inspiration, as he steeled himself for the battles that lay ahead, buoyed by the knowledge that he was no longer alone. The final confrontation was an ordeal unlike any before, an epic test of endurance, trust, and the unbreakable bond forged between father and son in the crucible of adversity. Shadows of betrayal loomed large, with allies revealing hidden agendas and secrets unraveling like fragile threads threatening to undo all they had fought for. Michael found himself navigating a labyrinth of deception and danger, balancing the primal instinct to protect his son with the moral imperative to seek justice and truth. Each decision bore monumental weight, the consequences rippling through their lives and beyond. Amid the chaos and tumult, the love between Michael and Ethan blazed like a lighthouse cutting through the darkest storms, an unassailable beacon that guided them toward hope, healing, and renewal. When the dust finally settled, they bore the scars of battle, etched deeply into flesh and spirit, but their resilience shone brighter than ever. Together, they stepped forward into the light of a new dawn, a chapter defined not by their suffering, but by the courage, hope, and indomitable spirit that carried them through. Their journey, though fraught with hardship, had become a testament to the extraordinary power of a father's love and the miracles it can inspire.